Hello and welcome to Toya and Stitches. In this video, we are going to be catching up on all that happened in the Toya and Stitches world in February. It was a good month. However, this past week was a little bit crazy. A couple of wild things happened. So we're going to get to that. But before we start, so if you want, you can go grab a project, grab a little drink, and then we'll jump in. I'm not going to be here too long. I won't keep you maybe about like 15 minutes or so. So let's dive in to what happened in February. February was a good month, right? For me, I posted 3 tutorials on the channel. So I did a cardigan, a scarf, and an ear warmer, which it was a very productive month. And I almost didn't get this video done because this past week was just kind of wild. It started off really good and then just like shit just hit the fan. Excuse my language. But what was happening this week was that at the beginning of the week, someone reached out to me, and this is a customer of mine that he buys from me like every Christmas, and he works for a nonprofit, and they're doing a little event, and he's like, oh, like if you have some pieces, like you can send them to me, and we can have them in the show and whatever. So it's like, yeah, sure, like I'm happy to do that, and then like support the organization and everything. So packed up all the stuff and shipped off the box, and this was like the sum total of all of what was in the box was probably like, I don't know, $500-600 worth of crocheted items, right? So yeah, mailed it off through the post office and shipped it next day. So he should have gotten it on Tuesday. Wednesday, I heard from him. He didn't receive it. And I was like, okay, well, it said it was delivered. And he's like, no, we didn't see it. So then I had to call the post office Thursday, and they're like, it got delivered to a mail room. I called him. He's like, we don't have a mail room. And I'm like, well, I don't know where this box is. Can we try to find it? So needless to say, I don't think the box showed up because the event is today, which is Friday, February 28th is when I'm recording this video, and I'm going to be posting it today. So as of right now, when I'm recording this video, the stuff did not get there. However, he's still going to, because I've made pieces for him, made pieces for my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law. They live close together. So he's still going to showcase a few of my items, which is absolutely amazing. And he'll hand out my business cards and stuff so people can find me. But it's just very sad to know that people aren't going to get to like experience all of what I wanted them to see. Do you know what I mean? And the goal was to send it and then hopefully have people purchase so that I could donate half the proceeds to the organization. So there is still time in the day right now. I think it is about like noon here in Canada, in Ontario. So there is still time. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's just like one of those things where you can't really account for things that can go wrong, and you never know what's going to go wrong, and you don't know why it's going to go wrong, but it's just like sometimes you just have to accept these things. And then the other thing that happened just last night, I was just sitting down watching TV with my husband, and a friend of mine, she calls me and she goes, hey, did you send me a message on Instagram? I'm like, no, I didn't. What did the message say? And she said, oh, it was asking me to click some link for our influencer program. I'm like, that was not me. Change your password, do other things. So my Instagram got hacked, and specifically the account for Toya and Stitches. And unfortunately, I have lost that page. So all the photos, reels, everything from my Toya and Stitches Instagram is now gone. The page no longer exists. I lost that. I still have my other Instagram account for my other business, which is at Simply Toya. I'll leave info down here if you want to go check out that page. Right now, I honestly don't know if I'm going to restart the Toy and Stitches Instagram, because I was really feeling like just shutting down that page. I don't post much on there. Like half of the stuff that I have done on YouTube, just it hasn't made it onto that Instagram. It never made it there because I don't know. I just didn't feel when I started YouTube, for me, Instagram wasn't helping drive traffic to my YouTube channel. I was getting a lot of traction just from YouTube search. So I just focused on YouTube. And maybe it's a sign that I should maybe start focusing on shorts. I don't do those very often. Every once in a while, I like pop one up, but I don't do it. So it's just really giving me the opportunity to really think about what is the next step. I was feeling like I didn't want that Instagram, but what is the next step for Toy and Stitches as a brand, so to speak? So that is something that I will be thinking about, and I will keep you posted on that. I did go in to all of the video descriptions and just remove the link for that Instagram because it's not there, just so if anyone clicks on it, like it's not weird and to say there's no Instagram. So, yeah, so that's what was going on this week. And I am surprisingly okay. Right? And it's just because over the years, it's just like, you learn these things and you just know that sometimes things happen for a reason. You might not at the time know why it happened, but it happened for a reason. And in all honesty, there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot actually change what happened. It happened. It is what it is. Nothing I can do. So why spend time and energy focusing on the thing that I can't change when I can just put my energy into other things like creative endeavors? I have another business. I'm homeschooling my kids. Like there's no need to really sit in that place because it's not going to serve me. Do you know what I mean? So this week was just really telling to say, be prepared for things to go wrong. And when they do, really focus on our perspective and our reaction. Just like really look at the situation for what it is and just realize if it's something you can change, you can fix, then go ahead and do that. But then if you can't do that, then just let it go and go do something that you can change, that you can fix, that you can make a difference in, right? That will move you forward. So that's what was going on this week. And yeah, I'm just kind of excited for March. I don't know what I'm doing yet because obviously I got sidetracked and haven't necessarily planned out what's to come in March. I did have one thing in mind, maybe two, because I am, and I think also losing the Toy and Stitches Instagram, it really kind of helped me to shed a previous identity of what I thought I was going to do with this YouTube channel and this crochet business of mine. So that kind of helped to say, okay, like what do I really want to do? And one of the things I really love to crochet is hexagon cardigans. And I'm really going to try to lean into other ways to do them. So one of the things I've just done, I made like a mixed one. I don't know if you've ever done a mixed kind of like granny square or hexagon. So I tested out the mix just on a granny square first, just so I could kind of get the hang of it. And then I did it on a hexagon. This might be tricky to see. I know the color is kind of weird here, but this is kind of what it looks like so far. And I'm thinking of just putting it up on the channel. And I know sometimes I got in my head because I've been wanting to do this for a while. And I think a while back I had recorded a hexagon cardigan tutorial and then I never put it up because I got into my own mind and said like, there's a million videos out there. Like no one wants that. But I'm not going to do that anymore and I'm just going to do it. And if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't, because I have no control over the outcome. So the plan for the first couple of videos for March, I'm going to just do a short one where I show how to do the mixed granny square with the granny square and the double crochet. And then I'll just kind of tack onto that and show you how to start the hexagon and then do the whole tutorial for the hexagon cardigan separately. So at least if you already know the parameters of making a hexagon cardigan, you can just like watch how to put it together with the mix and then go from there. If you need help making the whole hexagon cardigan, then I will also do that as well. So it's just to kind of give people options based on what they need. So that's what I have so far. And I definitely will make a skirt. I want to make a crochet skirt before March ends. So that might be the two things that I do because I really want to learn to crochet things for the bottom half of the body because I usually mostly focus on the top half. So that's also something I've been wanting to do as well. And in one of my previous videos, the last thing, I think that this might be the last thing I'll share with you today, is in a previous video, I had told you that I was learning to knit and I finished my first knitting project. And I am very excited. I opted for a small project because sometimes I tend to go a little bit above and beyond and try to do something big and then it doesn't work out and then I stop. But I completed my first knit project. So is it fair to say I'm a knitter? I don't know, but I'm going to call myself a knitter. I know one stitch, but that's okay. But I'm so proud of myself. Like, look at this. I made a whole washcloth and I don't know if I'll ever use it. I might just kind of keep it as just a memory, a souvenir of, yeah, I learned to knit. It's one of the things that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. And I'm finally learning and completing projects. And this is big. I think sometimes we don't necessarily celebrate the small wins. And this I think this is a big win, not even a small win, but a big win. Because even look, I did a color change and everything, right? I weaved in the ends. There's no holes in it. Okay, maybe like tiny ones, but hey, I'm a beginner. This is the first thing I've ever completed. And I am very proud of myself because one of the things I want to do before the end of the year is to knit myself a sweater. And I know those take quite some time. So I'm hoping that by the summer, I will have learned a few stitches and the skills that will help me to go into making that first sweater. And I will definitely document that for you guys because I think that's also something that I would want to have for myself just for the future, just to see how it started and how it ended, that sort of thing. So I'm very, very excited. But yeah, just wanted to, give you guys a quick little catch up on how February went, what was going on, all the craziness, all those things. And I am very excited for a new month, March. We're hopefully going into spring. I'm over winter. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share with you today. So I just want to thank you tremendously. Oh, my kids are stomping around upstairs. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. I really do appreciate you watching my videos, liking, sharing, commenting, all those things. It really means a lot to me. And thank you again for spending some time with me today. So until next time, you take care and bye for now.